Hello, everybody. I am Alice Ridgill, your Associate General Presbyter here in Charlotte Presbytery. And I'm delighted today to have with me the Reverend Neal Carter of Rocky River Presbyterian Church. And today, Neal and I will be discussing next level Facebook Live streaming as it relates to worship services. And so I realize that some of you may already be doing the technology and utilizing the technology we're going to talk about, but maybe there are some of you that this might interest. And so we just want to share it with you in hopes that it will help you to take your Facebook Live streaming to the next level. So welcome, Neal. Thank you for being here with us today.
Glad to be.
I'd like to begin. Thank you. I'd like to begin by asking you how long you have been live streaming your worship services, and tell us what apps, what technology you're using at this time.
Well, Alice, we started right in the middle of March, that when the pandemic kind of hit and the numbers started being reduced for worship services. We had this kind of scramble and put together, Facebook Live services and figure out from there. So we haven't been doing it very long, but we've kind of jumped into hyperspeed in what we're doing. And we started off with Facebook Live, and then we've also added since then an additional process app called Switcher Studio. And that has really helped us kind of move the Facebook Live streaming to a different level. It's really helped out a lot.
Well, that's great. Neal, I've heard a lot about Switcher Studio, and tell us just a little bit about it. What does it do, or what does it enable you to do that you would not be able to do without it? How does it enhance your live streaming on Facebook?
Yeah, Switcher Studio is a app for that you use on an iPad, and it's all Apple products. It's OS based, and what it's helped to do is it gives you up to 9 cameras that you can use, plus an additional remote camera as well that you can bring in from somewhere else if someone felt like uncomfortable being there because of the COVID-19, that you could go from their house and like do a scripture or something and bring it into the service live. But it's done 2 things. It does give you different camera angles, so you don't have to shift cameras around or phones around. You put them on tripods and you can have them angled all over the place. It also gives, it kind of breaks up the service as opposed to just watching from one angle, which is helpful. And additionally, it's helpful because you can run the sound direct from the soundboard into your iPad. And so you just don't get the echoey microphone quality off of your phone. It's much, much better in running direct.
And Neal, do I understand correctly that this all happens in real time? So even as you're streaming it, as it's going live to Facebook, you can change your angles and add graphics or scriptures or things like that, and all of it is in real time. Is that right?
This is in real time. Yes. The when you download the app, then when it comes up on your iPad, actually becomes like your camera console, and so you have all the different cameras that are connected to it, and then you can just punch camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, camera 4, and you can add graphics and you can add videos and the like, and it's very, very helpful and just bringing the worship service alive. It's helpful.
Yeah, and it sounds exciting. With one touch, you can change your camera angle. You can bring up your graphics. Sounds really convenient. So you mentioned sound. I understand that there's a device called an iRig. What is an iRig, and how does that help in this process?
The iRig is for music folks, it's kind of like it's like a direct box. And like if you have a guitar and you're running into a sound system, you run through a direct box, and that helps with the connection. And an iRig is basically that same kind of direct box. It takes your sound system and runs it directly into the iPad, or your iPad directly into the sound system. And so you're dealing with that quality sound that you'd get from your sound system, as opposed to just the microphone on the back of your phone. And so that it cuts out a lot of the echo. It cuts out a lot of the air noise, and you just get a much, much more high quality sound, which is the most important part, I think, of the worship service anyway.
Yeah. Well, so Neal, what if somebody's watching and they're saying, oh, that sounds really good, but I'm not that technologically savvy. How
Hmm.
difficult is it to learn
Hmm.
Switcher Studio? Would you find it to be something that it's not too difficult to learn?
I, if I can learn it, anyone can learn it. I think it's you find it out there in your app store on your iPad and you download it and you just pretty much take it from there. The individual phones have to have the download as well, so they can connect to your iPad. So I I have not found it to be that difficult, and we have been able to grow each week with what we've added, and that's the other um, plus on it. You can make it as simple as possible, and you can be much more advanced. And we've just kind of each week we've kind of just built on that information.
Well, that's great. So here's probably the $1 million question. Is there a cost associated with Switcher? I know that download is free, but is there an
Mhm.
additional cost for Switcher?
If you want some of the additional toys, I think it's like $39 a month, and we have gone that route because we just want to make sure that we're doing the best we possibly can, because this technology is going to be beyond the pandemic quarantine. It is going to be something that we carry into the future. As far as well, I think most people know that this kind of part of the worship service isn't going to go away anytime soon, and so we want to make sure that we're reaching out to other people that possibly couldn't be in the worship service, a year from now.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Absolutely.
It's
Well,
not hard.
well, that's good to hear because I know sometimes
Mm-hmm.
technology can intimidate many of us, but I think
Mm-hmm.
Switcher, from what I hear you saying, is easy to learn. And what if
Mm-hmm.
people say, okay, Neal, but I need to talk to you. I need your help. How can people reach you? Would you like to
Yeah.
provide an email address that people can reach out to you?
That'd be great. One of the guys in the church and I, we're really into this. So we're doing this all the time now. We're talking about this every week on how we can improve and enhance. And yes, my email address is Neal Carter, NEALCARTER, the number 64 at gmail.com. And
Great.
anybody can get in touch with me there, and we'd be happy to talk to them about this. It's been a lot of fun. It's been stressful at points, but I mean, not the technology, but just, getting everything up and running. But we'd be happy to help people um, move forward and make it easier for them.
Well, thank you for that, Neal. And tell us, how can people find Rocky River on Facebook? What's your Facebook page?
Okay, the Facebook page is Rocky River Presbyterian Church. If you just go on and search for that, we have a public page that people can just like and jump right on. And we also have a private one, but the public one is the best one to go to. And just Rocky River Presbyterian Church, and they'll be there.
All right. And your services are at 11 a.m. on Sunday mornings. Is that right?
That's correct. 11.
Great,
Yeah.
great. Well, Neal, this has been very helpful and so grateful to you and Rocky River for all that you're doing to continue ministry during this pandemic.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your time with us today.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate it.
Great. Thanks.